Shelter Insurance has covered a lot of miles and a lot of cars and drivers since 1946. We like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Agent Mark Manning about Shelter's competitive insurance rates.
Well, we welcome Coach Don Harrison back to the program. It's been a few weeks since we talked, but we promised we'd get back on here and kind of have a year-end review. And Coach, congratulations, conference champions. You don't ever want it to be over, but you know, once it's over, you can reflect back and look back. Pretty successful season for the Hounds.
Absolutely. You know, we made our goal that we wanted to be conference champs, and I mean every year I think you go into it, you want to be conference champs, and you want to achieve your goals, and the kids worked hard for it, and you know, to come out there and be conference champs and have that trophy and be that #1 seed, that was a very big goal for us to have, and we achieved it.
Coach, anytime you win 8 football games in the season, I don't care who you're playing, who you're lining up against, because you got some you don't have any control over who you play in the conference. You do control who you play.
Right.
First 3 games a year, a very murderous non-conference schedule, and the Hounds played very, very well early.
Yeah.
We played well throughout the years. Anytime you win 8, 9, 10, you had a great year.
Yeah,
good year for the Hounds.
Yeah, 8 wins is always good. Of course, you're striving for 10.
Sure.
But you know, I feel like when we have a tough non-conference schedule, I really think that it's going to help us down the line. I think playing some of the opponents that we played week 1, 2, and 3, I think that helped us in that 6-game winning streak we had going into when we were, you know, we had lost those 2 games in a row.
Sure.
I think that helped us come through it because we knew we were a good team. We knew Nettleton was a good team. We had beat Nettleton, and so we you know, I think it's good instead of going and picking of some people we probably could have beat 35-0 at halftime. We're playing a little tougher. We're playing up in our, you know. Sure. You know, classifications,
sure.
Because
playing good football teams.
Yeah, we're
yes,
playing
sir.
good football teams, and I think that's a big thing for us is to make sure that we always know we can be competitive no matter who we play.
We're going to be in the same conference. We'll have the exact same schedule next year as had this year, only to be reversed.
Yes.
We get 6 home games this coming year. I know a lot of people talk about this. Oh, we only got 4 home games. And so, well, there'll come a time when we get to say, hey, we got you got 4 last year, but we got 6 coming this year.
6.
That's a big plus for our football team.
Oh, absolutely. We'll go to Nettleton, but then week 2 and 3. We'll host Greene County Tech, and then we'll host Sylvan Hills, and then we'll host West Helena.
Absolutely.
So week 2, 3, and 4, we'll be at home. So that's 3-game stretch. We're at home. That's big for us. I feel like we play really well at home here and on the new turf and in the new stadium, and the kids have really taken pride and taking care of and you know, playing hard at Newport. So I'm very excited about that.
I have not seen the list. I've only heard about some who have made some of the postseason honors, and I know you have that. It's always an exciting time of the year, and it's one of those deals when all coaches are voting. I mean, you're limited on how many you can get. I mean,
right.
You wished every kid that you thought was deserving of an all-state honor or an all-conference honor or second would get, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way.
No.
But no doubt our kids were well represented in our conference. Talk a little bit about the list.
Absolutely. Starting off, of course, as big as All-State. You're only allowed 4 offensive players and 4 defensive players. Carl Turner was voted the best overall offensive player in our conference. He was first in the voting. So for Carl to get All-State, that's big. And had 1,500 yards and a lot of touchdowns. And played really, really good in some big games.
Sure did.
The games we really needed him to play, he played really well. So that was big. But the defensively, we got 2 guys.
Good.
Kyron Stafford was voted number 1 overall defensive player in our conference, and Colton Willis also got All-State honors, which is huge. I was very proud of both of them to get that. They earned the respect that they got, and that's what All-State really, to me, David, is about. Is I can go up there and nominate you all I want, but you have to be respected.
Absolutely. By the peers and by the coaches.
Right. Because my vote doesn't count.
Right.
My vote for our kids doesn't count. It's everybody else's vote.
Right.
And so for them to vote that we had the best overall offensive player and we had the best overall defensive player, that's something that I take a lot of pride in. But to get 3 young men, and then this year, because, again, finishing first, we were lucky enough, we had 8 people voted all conference.
Wow.
So that's big. And, of course, Carl, Kyron, and Colton were all conference. Then you had Gunnar Bullard, Jesse Simmons, Hayden Schultz, and hold on, there's 2 more. No, 1 more. Hayden Schultz, Jesse Simmons, McCabe Cordell.
Okay, good.
The other one. So really good. And then we had some honorable mentions. Ben Collier got honorable mention. Keith Worsham got honorable mention. So we had some kids that did really good in that department as well. But you have to receive so many votes to get all conference.
Absolutely.
And those young men received them. So all those guys except for Carl are seniors.
Right.
So we're losing 7 all conference football players. But well deserved. Those guys played really hard. They deserved it. Gunnar Bullard got all conference for his 3rd year in a row. I think that's
a lot of
awesome.
player that kid has been.
Yeah. I mean, he won a lot of football games here as a quarterback, and he's gotten all conference 3 years in a row. And I just think that's a great measuring stick for a young man, and just to get it 3 years in a row, I think that's pretty neat. Pretty neat for that guy.
Well, let's do this, Coach. Congratulations on a great year, but let's quickly look at as we filmed early in December, we're working upstairs. The younger guys, the ones that are going to be seniors, your junior class all of a sudden becomes your seniors now, even though they're juniors in high school and will be for the rest of this semester, next semester, but they're seniors on this football team because those seniors, the great seniors that we had to be replaced.
Yes, sir.
You got a pretty good group, and they're going to work hard.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing about Newport is we never really have to push them to work. They're going to show up every day and they're going to work hard. We got 18 new young men that came over that are 9th graders to be sophomores. So really happy with that. That's a lot of sophomores. We need a lot of guys. That's one thing I'm really trying to do in the program is keep the numbers up. I really do believe, and administration also believes, we will turn our numbers in April, and we'll be told in May that in 2016 we'll be 3A.
Right.
Well, I think there's a big difference in having 40 guys on a 4A football team versus having 40 guys on a 3A team. So if we're going to go down to 3A, I really want to keep the numbers up. And having 40 to 45 guys on a football team in 3A is huge.
It is.
And I think that's something that we really need to work for. And, but this isn't for everybody, David. And like I said, you're going to come in here every day, you're going to work. And some young men come in here and they do about 2 weeks of it and they have second thoughts. I mean, that's just life.
That's human nature, absolutely.
But then there's other young men and they come in here every day and it's the challenge. It's the goal of getting better. We're going to let these, like today, they're working out, and we're going to see how much they can max right now, and they're going to see how much they can max at the end of February. We're going to see how much they can max at the beginning of May before we start spring. So it's that working to get better all the time. And these young men here, they take a lot of pride in this. They take a lot of pride in being able to walk in this building to wear that orange hat. And that's a big deal. And that's the thing is I'm not worried about the work. We're going to move some guys around, and we're going to do the same things that we've done the last 2 years to be a competitive football team. And that's what we're doing every day here. I'm
looking forward to it. I can't wait. Of course, it'll be my first time in the box without Randy Klepechka in 19 years. I don't know how that goes. I think,
you'll be all right.
But we think we got a pretty good replacement with Perry Philpott coming in, and hope that works out for him and us. And then very fine young man who is very knowledgeable about high school football.
Yes.
His heart and his passion for the high school football game is enormous.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to him joining us.
Yeah, he's a good young man, and I've known Perry for a long time. He was one of those guys that came at Mina when I was the offensive coordinator, and he wanted to be a volunteer coach, and that's what he was going to go to college for. And it was one of those things where when he kind of walked in, everybody was kind of like, I really don't need, a guy hanging around. And I said, come on, you can come with me. And
watch him work.
Yeah, and I put him to work, and that's the thing is he'll work, but he does love high school football. He knows so much about it. He knows the players. He knows the coaches. He's very knowledgeable. And, he lived here for a while and really fell in love with Newport, fell in love with the Hounds. And he's just one of those guys. I think he's going to bring a lot of knowledge to the broadcast and be able to help you out with some things. And he's one of those guys that reads the Hootens book about 10 times.
Absolutely. Oh, he knows his stuff.
Season.
Yes, sir. He knows.
Before season's even started.
Yes, sir.
He's read that book and memorized the majority of it because it's very important to him.
Absolutely.
And he loves to keep up with that stuff. And he goes to Friday night games that he has no
connection whatsoever.
No connection. He goes because he thinks it's going to be a great high school football game.
Yes,
and he's excited about the opportunity, and I really do think he's going to do a good job for you.
He really likes high school football, and he really loves the Greyhounds.
He does. He was here for a year.
Yes.
And he just he's excited to come back, I think, and I think he's going to be good for him.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also looking forward to us to continue the show, and we'll get on. We'll talk each and every month and get a progress about where we are. And it's I can remember as we went last year, we talked about it's never too soon to start looking about it. I mean, here we are in December, and we're talking about a football team for next year. We've only hadn't been playing in a couple of weeks right here, but we're looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely.
Hey, if anybody gets a chance, we want to invite them to go by Subway in Walmart, the new Walmart Supercenter. They sponsor our program right here, the Sampsons. We want you to know that they appreciate the Newport Greyhounds. Go by there and do a little business with them too. Donnie Harrison, Newport High School head football coach, athletic director. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know how it can get any better than the pregame show, but ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you have missed it again. Dr. Gavin McDowell at Custom Eye Care. And man, the pregame before we get on the air is always fantastic. You make an old man feel better when he comes in here. I'm going to laugh and I'm going to joke, and I go home and visit with my wife, and I said, guess what the doc didn't say on TV today? Didn't say on TV. What's happening, Doc?
Not much.
Dr. Gavin McDowell.
Yes, sir.
Expert.
In the flesh.
Yes, one and only.
Yeah, it's amazing how often I'm just totally not recognized on the street.
Well, we're saying a little bit more family time here is what you need. Yes. A little bit more TV time, but a man of expertise when it comes to eye care.
Yes, sir.
Vision care. You're the man.
I like to think that I am.
Hey, this time in the year.
A callback.
That is correct. This time in the year when it's November, we're coming up to December. This show will be showing all through the month of November. We talk often seriously from time to time. Often seriously.
We touch on serious topics.
But it is a very important time for those of us at the end of the year who talk about insurance and having met their deductibles. And if you've met your deductible, it's going to start again January 1st. So talk a little bit about that.
Honestly, if you've met your deductible for the year and you have not gotten your eye exam, and that's Medicare, that's Aetna, that's any major healthcare provider. If you've met your deductible, get your eyes checked. I mean, you're doing yourself a disservice by not taking care of that small part of the body.
Absolutely.
I get people come in all the time. Well, my vision kind of got blurry, but I didn't worry much about it. But I had this small little tickle. I went and got that checked out. We had like $8 million worth of test run on that one.
And it was a hair.
It's a hair.
It's a hair.
Nothing.
You're right.
But people take their vision for granted.
I think we all do. Really, you don't think. You want to be able to see as long as you're seeing halfway decent.
Yeah.
Most of us go, I'm okay with that. I've got a little blur. I'm guilty. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
I had a little blur there that and you check and you say, golly gee, David, how long I had glasses a year or so ago? And no, David, it's been 4 years ago since you got glasses. You need to upgrade.
Yeah.
And you do the test and you go, boy, son.
And I just don't understand how instantly improved vision can't be at the top of your to-do list.
It ought to be.
How can it not be a priority?
I just think you're so busy in life, and it's when your eyes don't hurt. When they don't hurt, you don't think you need any help.
That's because pain's a big motivating
Oh,
factor.
pain! If you got a pain in your foot, you got to go see the foot doctor.
I'll tell you what. Next time your vision's a little blurred, just poke yourself in the eye.
Yeah, then you got a little pain.
That'll give you some motivation. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Kidding. Good
Please
night.
don't do that. But meeting a deductible that you've already done, it just makes it a whole bunch easier on your pocketbook.
Absolutely.
Now's the time to get in here and get
Absolutely.
those things done.
And think of it this way: if you come in with the deductible met and we get your exam done, you're realistically, if nothing's wrong with you,
right,
you're out the door, and with peace of mind knowing that everything's working right. Now,
we talk often on this show, Doc. Everybody, whether you have glasses or not, whether you have good vision or not, we're talking about checking your eyes. We're talking about the eye health examination also. Not vision, but health.
And that's what, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a very important part. Because I get people all the time who have Blue Cross Blue Shield or who have Medicare and all this, and they don't have vision coverage.
Right.
Your eyes are part of your body. If you have health insurance, you can have your eyes examined for a health exam under your insurance.
Right, absolutely.
A lot of people think, I don't have vision insurance.
And there's a difference between vision and health.
There's
a big difference.
Total difference.
Big difference.
And just so happens, I do both.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Well, it's a one-stop shop here. Hey, you can get
I'm surprised
sunglasses.
I don't have gas outside. I'm just pumping up.
Listen, you get glasses, you get sunglasses, you get contacts, you get a comedy routine every time you're in here.
Close to it.
Close to it. You're a special guy,
I am.
Special. Yeah. And we often talk about when's a good time for sunglasses. And now is always a good time.
3 months ago, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, pretty much as long as the sun's rotating the earth, that's a good time to have sunglasses handy.
That's probably going to continue on, I think.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of shows on my DVR that I got to get caught up on.
Yes, sir. You do. We handle just name brand sunglasses. We don't handle anything that's cheap.
No,
we just don't handle cheap stuff.
No, and
we handle good stuff.
I'm going to throw this out at you right now. I have had patients talk to me before about the cost of the frames that we have and the cost of the lenses that we put in our stuff. And I've got two responses to that. For one, I don't sell junk.
Right.
I'm not trying to compete with the bargain basement guys.
Sure.
If you want that, that's your bag. Take off with it and go get that there. You're not going to get that from us. You're going to get quality stuff from us that we stand behind and the manufacturers stand behind. Because I don't want you walking out of here with a bad taste in your mouth about what you got. And when it comes to lenses being cut and made for your glasses, there's a lot of places you can go get your glasses made in an hour. Right. People ask me,
that's what you get.
Why don't I try to do my glasses in an hour? Well, here's one way to look at it. It takes 6 months to build a Rolls Royce. Right. It takes 13 hours to build a Toyota.
Right.
I'm in the Rolls Royce business.
Right, absolutely.
So I promise you I will take longer than an hour on your glasses, because if I don't, then you're not getting a quality set of lenses.
Well, not only a quality set of lenses, but quality service. I mean, while you're doing the examinations and then after you finalize on what you need, and then when they come, aftercare is always sensational. And I mean, it really is. And you need professional, and as Doc started the program with, besides the jokes and whatever, you talk about why not your eyes. I mean, honestly, if you stub your toe, you go to the doctor because you stub your toe. And
exactly. Unless you're a guy. We always think it's always going to get better.
Well, no, I stub my toe, I'm going. I love medical doctors. The 1 to 10, I might have talked about this on the program before, but I've never had a 6 pain. From 1 to 10, what is your pain? And you're sitting in a doctor's office. Obviously, it's a 10, or I wouldn't be. If I had a 3, if my pain level was a 3, I wouldn't be in there. I stand a 3. I can't stand a 10. That's why I'm there.
I've had a 9 or a 10 before.
Oh,
That's
I'm a
not
10.
good.
Oh,
Not
I like
good.
9 and 10. That's why I'm going. And if you get that, you're certainly going, aren't
Oh
you?
yeah, you will find somebody. You will pay a guy in a back alley with a rusty spoon to take care of your eye if you got that much pain.
You bet. Listen, we're in the Village Mall in Newport. You folks up Batesville, if you're looking for an optometrist that will take care of you, that will quality, and more quality, customized vision care in the Newport Village Mall with Dr. Gavin McDowell, and your staff is second to none, not in just this field, but in any field. I like coming in here. I like
It's fun.
It is fun.
And I make a point to have people around me that way. Because I don't want anybody coming in here thinking, oh gosh, I got to go to the doctor again. That's not us.
Doesn't happen here.
It ain't us.
Dr. Gavin McDowell, as always, a pleasure to get to see you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Now, is there any way after we cut off the show right here, we can continue on with that conversation that we were having prior to us?
We can try. Actually, I got one thing to say, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, after. I was waiting on it. I thought you were really going to bestow some information upon our...
No. We need to hold this
We'll
one until
continue
afterwards.
on with more of the show. Don't go anywhere. Ho, 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 it's Merry Christmas time at Lindley Health and Rehab Center. We're located, well, everybody knows where we're located. We're behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're on Lindley Lane. We've been doing this program for a long, long time. And Sherry Hanley and Mrs. Claus joins us to talk about some activities. It's Santa Claus time. Miss Sherry, how are you?
I'm doing great. As you can see, we're getting in the Christmas spirit here at Lindley. We really get excited this time of year. We have so many things going on. And we were very lucky this year that we had Mrs. Claus to join us. And so we've been really excited about that.
Well, there's no doubt any time that Santa's #1 helper joins us, we have got the best of the best. Mrs. Claus, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let me ask you.
I'm so happy to be here.
Tell me about Santa Claus and what he has been doing and how busy has he been. And I know he couldn't be here today, so he sent you to do his work, and we're so glad that we get to visit with you.
Well, I thank you. Well, Sandy stays busy. He works gathering toys and making a list of who's naughty and nice about 310 days a year. He takes off on Sunday and goes to church, and then he sleeps all day Christmas. And he works the other days.
Well, he works getting all the gifts ready to go, and he has the one big day Christmas Eve, and I guess that's the reason that he's so tired that he has to sleep on Christmas.
Sleep all day Christmas.
So tell me about the cookies and things have been going on up there at the North Pole.
Well, the cookies is where he takes the toys to. Right. And I go with him. He leaves me in the sleigh, and he goes in with the toys, and he gets the cookies and the milk, and that's why he's so fat.
Well, let me ask you this, Mrs. Claus. I know he shares the cookies with you. Does he ever bring you maybe just a little sip of milk?
Oh, sometimes. He's a pretty good guy.
I bet he is. And how long have you and Santa been doing this? A long, long time, haven't you?
Oh, about 99 years.
99. That's a long time, Mrs. Claus. I appreciate you so much for getting to join us here on the interview. And so you think it's going to be pretty smooth sailing out there on that sleigh? Rudolph doing okay?
I think so. We're going to slide on down here.
Well, I hope you do, and I hope it's a safe trip when y'all get to come back. And I know all the children are going to be excited to see Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. And now I know that y'all have some elves that work with you up along the way. Y'all have elves up there. Do you have any special elves? I know you have many of them.
I thought we had reindeers with us, and Santa don't do all the work. I feed and water the reindeers, and I brush them down, and I polish the harness, so I helps do something.
There's no doubt you do. Well, listen, taking care of Santa Claus is something.
Yeah, that's right. I'll not get into that.
Do you have a couple special elves that goes with you, that travels with you?
Jingle and Jangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they here today too?
Where are they?
They're here Bring 'em out.
Look, there is Jingle and Jangle.
Jangle, Jangle, you've got to stop.
I'm on it now.
Jonna,
I'm on
in a
it
minute,
now.
in a minute.
Nope, I'm on it now.
In a
I
minute.
worked all year. I'm on it now.
If you don't sit down, I'm
Give
going
me.
to tell. Will you tell?
Oh,
All are being naughty.
Stop. Sit down.
Okay. For once in my life, I'll be nice.
We are naughty.
Sounds to me like we've got a little confrontation here.
Yeah.
She talked me into getting Santa's bag. Don't tell on me.
You shouldn't have done that.
I'm so sorry, but I brought them something. Can I give it to them?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I.
Nothing like Santa coming to town.
You're Twinkie.
Oh my, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Is that from Mr. Santa Claus himself?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you're on the nice list.
Oh, am I on the nice list?
You
Well,
know
then
you're
can
on the nice
Can I
list.
help her get on the nice list?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you say you wanted a dog, a little puppy for Christmas? You
I
like
did.
puppies?
I love puppies.
Good,
I
don't let
love
this
little
one bite your
puppies.
leg off, but he loves you.
Oh, like that. Look at this pup. Now, Ben Black, the cameraman, is the #1 puppy lover. But, Ben, this is what I talk about. Love, love, love. Anything else in that little red sack for anybody?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Well, you...
Nothing.
Didn't Miss Claus get anything?
I did nothing.
She's back on the naughty list, ain't she?
That's okay.
She's on the naughty list again.
I'll share mine with you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm
All
going to
right,
ride the
and
dog.
Jingle and Jangle we've got some activities that are going on here.
Oh, you talk about loaded?
Let me tell you.
Let's share it, ladies. Let's go. But first of all, let me ask you: Are y'all going to be okay? I know y'all have worked hard all year long. Everything
Are we
okay now?
We're never okay.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Jingle and she's Jangle.
Yeah.
Could they be
Can't
quiet?
separate.
I don't think so. Miss Claus, this is a rough crew here. Rough crew.
Yeah.
They've been in the eggnog. Have they been in the eggnog?
We ain't got in that yet. We're going to.
What is going on at Lindley during the month
Well,
of December?
let me tell you. Coming up here December the 5th, we at 1:30. Now 1:30. We've got music with the Tuckerman kids, and can they sing? I'm telling you,
Beautiful.
I love them. They'll be here 1:30 on December the 5th.
What else?
My turn?
Would you do it?
Okay. December the 8th at 2 o'clock, we're having the ugly sweater contest, which I'm going to win.
And that's a fact. 'Cause it's ugly. It's ugly. Okay. Then on December the 12th at 2 o'clock, we're having a craft sale with Mr. Tim, and I can't wait.
You
I
gonna
get to
buy me?
No, I didn't get nothing for Christmas. I'm buying my own self something. No. Okay.
More activities.
Okay, on December the 15th at 2 o'clock, they're going to be making some gifts for giving. They always put it out there. They just make the prettiest gifts and they give them away. They love people.
I know it. And then on December the 16th, we got something every day, girl.
You got that
On
one.
December the 16th at 10 o'clock, we got music with Kids First. And they can sing too. I love them.
Oh, but you can't, it's hard to top. December the 18th at 2 o'clock, we're going to have music with the Newport kindergartners. We're talking almost 130 kids are going to be here singing.
That's right.
Amazing.
130 kids.
130. That's a lot.
I think y'all should make cookies.
Dream on.
130.
Unless
Okay.
you're going to help.
That's a deal. Sandy, you make 100 and I'll make 30. Okay? That'll work. Okay?
That sounds like a heck of a deal to me.
We got
I
that,
always
honey.
get
We
the
got
short
this,
end
honey.
of
We
the
got
stick.
this. Okay, on December the 19th, that's going to be our Christmas party, the residents' Christmas party. It's coming up.
Fun.
And with the family here, they're going to party. And guess who's going to be the special guest? The Pink Ladies.
The Pink Ladies are
Yeah,
coming.
they are
Wow.
really pink, man.
Yes.
I mean, these women
They do
are
a good
pink,
job.
Yes.
And they are good, I reckon.
On December the 21st at 2 o'clock, we are going to have a cantata, and the residents are going to be singing at this cantata their favorite songs.
are.
They just sing their hearts out. They're wonderful.
And then bless their hearts, this is going to be on Christmas Day. This is going to be fun too. On Christmas Day at 10 o'clock in the morning, Miss Sandra Brooks. She's going to do the nativity story with all the residents here.
Good deal.
They're going to love that.
I said we need hot chocolate,
and cookies,
marshmallows,
and candy.
not the little ones, the big ones.
That's all good in on it. Yeah.
Okay, and then at 2 o'clock that afternoon, though, it's going to be family visits. And all families are going to come and just visit and have a good afternoon together.
But let me tell you what, honey. Man, on December the 31st, my elf hat just went that way. Get on here, you little sapsucker. Stay on my head for a minute. I got it. On December the 31st, that's when we have our New Year's Eve party. I haven't had eggnog yet. I'm waiting for December the 31st. Girl, they've had it that day when we get down. You know, Lily gets down on these parties, don't they? Don't they jingle? Huh? We get down
They
on
do
partying
jingle.
down here.
Tons of
She don't need to go
activities.
to very many. As you can tell, she don't need to go to them. Miss Ann, ain't that right? She
Can I
doesn't
go?
need to go to any parties,
I
does she?
think it's right.
All right, see? So I get something next year for Christmas. Ha ha. Ha
Is she on the naughty list or the good list?
No, say no.
She on the naughty list or the good list?
No, you're both on the
I love
nice
you, Miss
list.
Ann.
The nice list?
The nice list. That's the good
I love
list.
Miss Ann, too.
And that's going to be, that's our month. Ain't that?
That is an amazing schedule of activities at Lindley.
And that is just our most highlighted activities for the month.
right.
We have activities going on daily here, several times a day. So, I mean, if there's someone out in the community that's bored and tired of sitting around the house, come to Lindley. I promise you will have a good time.
Well, if you need, more answers on the schedule or whatever, you can call here, and certainly we can give you the information. You can ask for Sherry. Sherry can certainly tell you. And then, again, it's always a pleasure to come to Lindley, and especially at Christmas time, we get to see Jingle and Jangle. And what an honor, Sherry. What an honor to have Mrs. Claus with us.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome. Merry Christmas to you. Please tell Santa I said hello. I'm hoping y'all are going to make a little stop by my house, maybe.
I think I'll tell him to.
Please do.
He listens to me.
I bet he does. I bet he does. We are at Lindley Health and Rehab Center, located in Lindley Lane, Newport, Arkansas. And Merry Christmas
Merry Christmas.
to all.
Merry Christmas.
With interest rates still near historic lows, now's a great time to purchase a new home or refinance your existing loan. Call or go see Kenny Thaxton at ENG Lending for an evaluation of your existing mortgage or for a pre-qualification on a new home purchase loan. ENG Lending is a division of the Bank of England in England, Arkansas, which was chartered in 1898. They offer a full range of today's mortgage products, such as USDA Rural Development, FHA, VA, and conventional financing. They offer 100% financing to qualified borrowers. ENG Lending offers great rates and unmatched customer service. Stop by today and see Kenny Thaxton with ENG Lending, located in the Village Mall in Newport, or call him today at 870-495-3931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 418481.
Hi everybody, I'm Bud Black on behalf of ENG and the Newport Village Mall. You need refinancing on a house, you need mortgage for a home, property, go in and see Kenny Thaxton and crew at ENG in the mall. Well, let's talk some Razorbacks. By the way, it's the end of No Shave November, and I hope everybody participated, you gentlemen out there who had a cause to give a little money too. And it's good that we are able to do things like that. The Razorbacks, they're going to finish up before the bowl game and 6-6 during the regular season. Now, you got to look at this. From 4-8 to 6-6 is a tremendous effort and a tremendous improvement. And on top of that, the Razorbacks lose by 1 to Alabama. They're ahead fourth quarter and lose to overtime to A&M. They got 2 or 3 other great chances against Mississippi State, for instance, where they were leading, I believe, 10-7 late in the ball game. But anyway, all said and done, 6-6 is a lot better. And them headed to a bowl game. At the time of our taping, I don't know exactly which one. They were talking about either going to Houston or down to Shreveport or over to Memphis for their bowl game. The only problem being 6-6 is that since the Razorbacks were so close, and against Missouri in the final game, You know, that difference between 7-5 and 6-6 is probably not a lot, but Arkansas, just their biggest problem this year, failure to finish. They just couldn't quite get over the hump. I think if this ball club had been 7-5, it would have been so important for recruiting. It would have been, quote, a winner, after a lot of people thinking Arkansas will never have another winning season or take a long time to get there. But they overcame a lot, and they're still in a position to get better in the next 2 or 3 years. Bielema's run his type of football team, running the football, very effective. And Arkansas's defense the last 3 weeks of the regular season, very, very good. They did tire out in the fourth quarter at Missouri. Give Missouri some credit. I mean, that's not a bad football team. It has really performed well and above what everybody expected this year. They've won 2 SEC East divisions back to back. That doesn't happen much. You know, this isn't the days of Florida winning it every year. But the Hogs, really, I think you have to feel pretty good about them. If you're a Razorback fan, a 6-6 is a really good improvement. You know, now if they could turn that into another couple of victories next year and go 8-4, and I think they have the personnel, and I think the recruiting is going to be pretty good, even though it wasn't a winner at 7-5, at 6-6, and if they win a bowl game, it still could be a winner at 7-6. Kids will then look at Arkansas's program and say, hey, you guys aren't bad. You've turned it around. I'd like to play for a team that's going to be in every football game and starting to win their fair share. On this program last month, that's all I talked about. You got to win. Arkansas won 2 of their last 3 in shutout form against LSU and Ole Miss. That's all it takes to put you back in the game with the top-class recruits across your area and even some of the big ones across the country. Go Hogs! Anyway, glad to see you. You have a happy holiday season. We'll visit again in January. Thanks so much. I'm Bud Black for ENG.
At Merchants and Planters Bank, and it's not very often. As a matter of fact, I can't remember down through the years, and we've been doing this program a long time, that we got to visit with Mr. Jim Gowan. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, David.
Mr. Gowan, you've been at Merchants and Planters Bank since 1983, they say.
That's correct. That's a lifetime almost.
That is a lifetime, isn't it? First of all, we're here to let everybody know that if you're watching prior to December the 10th, there's going to be, right here in the lobby at Merchants and Planters Bank, a little kind of a get-together to honor Mr. Gowan for his award that he has just been bestowed upon him, and it's a big, big award. And the award is from the Independent Community Bankers Association of America, Central Region, as the #1 banker, community banker. Sir, congratulations on your award.
David, thank you very much. I'm very, very honored and shocked when I received the reward. I was just so happened to be over at the house, and my son, Jim Jr., called me and said, Dad, I need you to come over and let's talk to you about something. So I came over, and there in the lobby stood all of my employees that were here.
Wow.
with postcards that said, congratulations on being named community banker of the Central Region. And I was just totally shocked.
Yes.
I mean, usually, especially around my employees, David, I'm not bashful. I mean, I can talk, but I could not say a word.
Is that right?
I was shocked because here's the reason. I was not even aware that I'd been nominated.
Right.
My employees, and I think it started with Terry Dillon. Terry Dillon came over and talked to Tara Salinas, our marketing director, and Tara took it from there, and they, unbeknownst to me, submitted all this information to the Independent Community Bankers of America, and I was selected. So
absolutely.
I mean, it is quite an honor when your employees do it for you.
Well, congratulations. I know it is a big, big honor, and those folks that I've talked to, prior to us doing this interview, say it is a huge honor, and it's not only a reflection on Merchants Planters Bank, but it's you from a personal standpoint, our community also. Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about Community Bank, Jim. We in Newport, Arkansas are so fortunate that we have what we call a community bank. Kind of explain what community bank is and how that works in relation to the others?
The others. And that's a good question. And the question, I would answer the question by saying that if you look all over the nation, a community bank truly is the lifeblood of that community, especially in rural areas. And that's not only in rural areas, because we have community banks that are in large cities and so forth, but they have such a desire and caring for their community. That's what makes a community bank. And we've been so fortunate to remain a community bank. And I'm going to tell you right now, our plans right now, and I'll say it to the world, is to remain a independent community bank. We plan to stay independent.
Well, independent, locally owned, locally operated, local decisions right here. When you walk in the door, you see people that you've seen for years here. And of course, we'll hire people as people retire. We hire new people. But the most amazing thing to me is that when you walk in the bank, I know everybody. My bank, I know everybody here.
Absolutely.
I know when I ask to borrow a few $100s, I know that somebody at this bank's going to tell me whether or not I'm credit worthy enough to get that. Or I know this, a long time ago, Joe Miles, when Joe Miles was working here, took a chance on me, and I blame Joe all the time for the financial situation that I'm in today for lending me my first money. But I want to ask you this. In the article, there's a great article on independentbankers.org. Talks about this award, and it talks about Mr. Jim Gowan. One of the terms that some of the people have described you as is humanly simple. What do you think that means?
And I think that's a perfect description of myself. I have always been one to try to push others more so than myself. I do. And I'm very involved, David, as you know. I'm very involved in the community, have been since day one. But I think that it is important to get more and more people involved in the community, to do things, to learn about our community. The more people you get involved, the more things that are going to get done. Sure. And so that's been my philosophy down through the years, is to get more people involved. One of the things that I truly believe in is this New Vision class. Right. Yes, that the Chamber has. Sure. And they've graduated a lot of people, and we've got a lot of those people that have been through that class that are now doing things in our community.
Absolutely.
And we're I think we're the talk of the state about things that we do. We get calls all the time about, not necessarily to me, but to others about, well, how do y'all get things done? How do y'all get these things done? And it's tough to build an economic base. It's very tough to get new industry in and things. But we do have new industries. We've got new businesses that have come to town, and that's all didn't just happen. Right. That happened because people worked at it.
Well, we visit with John Chadwell from NEDC on a monthly basis and talk about what's going on in the community. And one of the things that we always talk about, Jim, is that people are just really not informed, because if they say that there's not much going on here, they're really not looking, because there's lots of things. Talk about the revitalization, the downtown revitalization project.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. There's a group called DRIVE, which is Downtown Revitalization Improvement Effort. Okay. And that group originally was appointed by the mayor to try to see what can we do about downtown. And eventually we saw that for us to be able to get any grants or anything like that, we were going to have to become a 501c3 organization. So we did. And so we are now, and we just recently, and we're right in the middle of it right now, of a project putting in some new sidewalks, putting up some lighting downtown that's going to make the downtown look nice. And some people might complain a little bit, well, they didn't need that. Right. Well, first of all, the biggest portion of the money came from a grant.
Absolutely.
And that grant would not have been available to put somewhere else.
Right.
It was for
That's what it's for.
It was for downtowns. Excuse me. But the effort is just it's ongoing. The area over here where the fountain is, that's such an improvement to downtown. And we hope to eventually maybe, because those buildings, we tried our best. Drive, and we just didn't have the money. We tried to save those buildings down there. And we just, I mean, they're just gone. There's no saving them. And none of us wanted to have to take those buildings down. But it looks, we are going to have to.
Right.
We're going to have to take them down because they're a danger to health.
Sure.
People. And so we plan, we're working on trying to build an amphitheater there, which will allow the community to have events downtown. They'll have a stage to have things on. Depot Days will be able to use it. Other groups. We even think that Easter Sunday sunrise services can be held there. And John Chadwell and I too both have talked to various groups. ASU Newport is interested in possibly having, in the months that the weather's good, an outdoor movie once a week or once a month or something. So there's just a lot of things going on there.
You got to have a vision. You got to have a group that's got a vision. People can complain if they want to complain, and I think generally speaking, I think people don't generally complain, but I think when you get enough information out there and then you go, oh, well, I see that now. I think it's a great project for our community, and I know you work hard on that, as do other people and those people on that community. Changing the subject here real quickly before we get away, shot glasses. State shot glasses.
Right.
I don't know of anybody in the world that has a shot glass from every state in the United States of America. But I know Jim Gowan's got a collection. Tell us about the collection.
Thank you, David. I'm proud of the collection.
Yes.
Several years ago, my wife and I have been very fortunate to get to travel to different things, and especially a lot of things that we traveled to was involving Independent Community Bankers of America also. But because I have served that organization down through the years in several capacities. And one of the things that I started thinking about, I'd like to have something from every state, and I have to purchase it. I had to myself physically go purchase that. I had to go to that state. Friends didn't send me any of these.
Right.
A lot of them offered to.
Right.
I've got friends in lots of states.
Sure.
And I'm not bragging that.
No,
I've got
absolutely.
lots of friends, but I am saying that they offered to give me one of their states, and I said, no, I have to come to your state and buy it. And so I have a shot glass now from every state, plus I have some extra ones that are not just state, but from some foreign countries. I have some, and I include in this one, there's actually 51 in there, which is Washington, D.C. Now,
yes, sir.
I'm particularly not fond of the thought of Washington, D.C. becoming a state now, but I think...
We want to give them a little credit here, don't we?
Yeah,
let them be a part of the collection.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
but anyway, I do have, and they're not from a city within the state.
Right.
They're actually from the state itself, like state of Arkansas.
Right.
It's a state of Arkansas. And a lot of the states have maybe their bird on there, their state bird, or their, whatever
the emblem may be. Yeah.
Different things. But it's something that I'm proud of,
bet.
And I never knew if I'd ever get to Hawaii and Alaska, and Alaska was one of my last ones. It wasn't the very last one, but it was one of the last ones that I got. But the last 4 states that I got them this year in 2014. Excuse me, I was on my way to Alaska, and so I told Nita, my wife, I said, let's fly in a few days early into South Dakota, and let's visit around, go to Mount Rushmore, and go around to some of the places there. So we went to South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming.
Yes,
we
sir.
covered 4 states, and that was my last 4.
Well, they're all right there together. You didn't have to go very far, did you? No, sir.
I just made a circle around them, but we saw a lot of things we'd never seen. We went to Yellowstone, saw Old Faithful, and Mount Rushmore, and saw a lot of activity going on up there in oil wells and natural gas wells that are going up in that part of the world too. But it's interesting to learn about the states.
Of course, Ben has shown you some of that collection right there, and I just want to end this thing, Mr. Gowan, by saying congratulations on your award. You are very deserving. I think sometimes, and you even mentioned earlier in the interview that you don't look to be, you don't need a pat on the back.
No.
You look to give that to those other people. But let me say this. I think you are instrumental in where we are today in Newport, Arkansas. And it's been a tough fight. It's been a tough fight, but it's because of guys like you that we're still here, that we've still got jobs, that we've still got training programs, that we've got a college. I mean, there's just lots of things that we have here, and as a direct result of people like Jim Gowan who are willing to step to the board and say, guys, I'm willing to serve.
David, thank you so much, and I appreciate you talking to me.
Mr. Jim Gowan, who is the man at Merchants and Planters Bank. My good friend, Mr. Tommy Bain, how are you, sir?
Great, doing great.
We were having a little fun here before we got on the air because I was by myself. I had no technician to help us work today, no Ben Black. He's a little under the weather, and got ready to do this big interview. And as I walked towards the camera, what'd I do? Kicked it, didn't I?
Kicked it. You say Ben's under the weather.
He's under the weather.
You know what that means in Australia?
What
Ben
does
under
that
the weather.
mean?
It means had a hangover.
He may be under the weather. Totally. No, I saw him last night. It was late. I don't think he'd been indulging last night. But anyway, Merry Christmas to you, sir. It's that month. It's December, and it's time to celebrate what is really the reason for the season, and what we celebrate is good Christian men and Christian folks, and it's a great time of year, no doubt about it, Tommy.
It's a time of the year to reflect on our position with the good Lord.
You bet.
And it's a time of the year to reflect our position with our family.
Yes, sir.
And our friends.
Absolutely.
So it's a time of reflection.
It is. You reflect, and that's kind of what we do here at Farmers Tire Mart. You each and every year you have a game plan coming into the year, and you kind of look back and reflect and say, did we do what we were supposed to do? Did we take care of those folks we were supposed to take care of? I think you did okay this year.
I think so.
I think you did.
I believe so. I think maybe we've had probably the biggest year we've ever had.
Good deal.
We're in. When the calendar turns over again, we'll start our 25th year.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Here at 1501 Malcolm.
Yes, sir. Been here a long time, haven't you? Well, staying power, and we talk about this. Staying power is because of you, your family, y'all's work ethic, your employees. You got a great group, Tommy.
I do.
Great group of people.
I do. I'm blessed with a good group of men. Sure do.
Been here for a while and pretty well versed in what they do.
Yes. And the best part about it is they know what they're doing, but they care about what they're doing.
Right.
And so we're blessed with that kind of work, people to work, and it's not often you find those.
No, and Tommy, you guys, and I know lots of people depend on you guys, especially when talk about the farmers and such, and not that you go out of your way for the farmer that you wouldn't for anybody, because you go out of your way for everybody, but man, when those guys are working during harvest season, one of those old tractor tires blow down or a truck tire, you guys go out there to their place and get it done.
We do. We go out in the mud.
Yes.
We go out in the snow. We go out on the ice. But if there's a real safety issue involved, our customers understand that.
Absolutely.
And they don't want us to, put our people in harm's way to take care of a problem, but yet they need their problem solved.
And quickly.
Quickly. So,
and when they call, they needed you there an hour ago.
Most times. Most times.
Not within the hour, but we needed you an hour ago.
An hour ago.
Yes, sir.
Or yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. Even though it went down this morning. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But this is a time of year and we haven't had any drastically cold weather yet.
No.
But I figure we will.
Yeah, it's coming.
The persimmon seeds got spoons in them.
That's right. And what does that mean?
I mean, snow.
It's coming. It's coming, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's coming. But lots of it. But it's past time to get those vehicles, get them serviced, and antifreeze and belts and hoses and everything. Check, make sure they're up to standards to make it through this cold weather that we're fixing to get.
Well, it's coming, no doubt about it, like it does every year.
Yeah.
And you know, we talked about, I was kidding you about putting a coat on when you came out here, and I don't see you in a jacket very often. I asked you cold, and you said, no, just cool. Just cool. But cold weather is coming, and no doubt, I mean, from a service standpoint, and we talked about preventing the problem before it occurs.
That's right. And and I know this, and I've been there myself. It's a terrible feeling to break down on the highway.
Yes, sir.
You're at whoever's mercy.
Right.
To get the problem solved, and I know it. I know that I've been there, and it's not a good feeling.
I'm in Booneville, Arkansas. About, I guess, 3 years ago, we were playing football up there in the playoffs. Me, Kenny Black, my wife Linda, and I'm thinking maybe Ben was with us too. But anyway, we're in downtown Booneville, right at a stoplight. We pull up the stoplight, and my Yukon goes stop. Lights went out, dash went, it just quit. I mean, the alternator went out in but I was in downtown, but it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I needed to be over the field to set up all my equipment and everything, but there were some kind folks there who took care of me, and I had to hire a guy who wasn't, you know, involved in the place where I had to buy the alternator. But man, you don't get that kind of service everywhere in the country, but I know that's the kind of service that you get here at Farmers Tire Mart, because you guys have helped me when I've been broken down out down there on the road.
Absolutely. We help a lot of folks. We do call out for these road service companies.
Sure.
And we get a lot of folks off the road, and it happens. But preventative maintenance can cut a lot of it out.
It can, man. Yeah. So come on in and get it done now. Get it done right now. Don't let it be too late. I mean, you're watching this in December, and like you say, it's not too late. It's a little later than what it should be, but it's not too late. Get it done now.
Absolutely. And we've been doing a lot of that today.
Yeah, I bet.
And yesterday. So yeah, come on out. We're here to do that.
Mr. Tommy Bain. Hello, everybody. They're hollering at us, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Not only do I appreciate doing business with you and you taking care of me, I just appreciate you as a human being, because you're a pretty darn good fella. Thank you, my friend.
We try.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you. And Merry Christmas to you folks.
Tommy Bain, Farmers Tire Mart, where
the rubber meets the road.
Continuing on with the spotlight. Karen Hunt from Jackson Funeral Home is gracious enough to join us on a rainy, wet December day, but it is a beautiful day to be at Jackson Funeral Home. How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. It's that time of year. It's the holiday season, and everybody gets excited because it's December and Santa Claus is coming to town, and we're excited about it too. And we just want to talk just a little bit here, Karen, about December holidays. Everybody just went through Thanksgiving, and now we're coming up on the Christmas season and New Year, and holiday season is a great time for most all of us. But then again, for some, especially if they've had a death in the family during the course of the year, can be a very, very difficult time. And that's where you guys have always come into play as being just, leaders in the industry as far as what you need to do and how you need to follow up. Talk a little bit about this month and those people that have lost one during the course of the year.
Well, we know that you miss someone all the time, but it seems to be so much more pronounced during the holiday season when the families come together and you have all of the memories. I remember being a kid, and Christmas was just my grandma's best time ever.
Right.
And she's been gone for 14 years, but still every year at Christmas, you remember what she liked to do and how she liked to do it. And it can be very difficult. And so what we offer are follow-up services. You can always contact us for aftercare.
Absolutely.
And I try to keep in contact with everyone. Also, we normally have a Christmas memorial program, which we're doing differently this year.
Right, sure.
We've had the open house instead, but we do show the video tribute.
Absolutely.
So it gives us a chance to look back over the past year. Everyone that we have serviced during the past year is on the video tribute, along with pictures that people have submitted. If there's anyone you ever want on there to remember, we add those as well.
Right.
And I have some that have been on there from the very start, because people call every year and say, do you have Daddy's picture? And of course I do.
Absolutely.
Of course I do. So That's just something that we do. We kind of outreach to the community and let everyone know that we're here and we have resources available to the community.
Well, there's no doubt during the holiday season, and it's amazing. And when you get my age, and I mean, this year, somebody else is not there, and this year somebody else is gone. It just happens. It's part of life, and it's always good. It's comforting to know that the folks at Jackson Funeral Home are there in your corner, as for lack of a better terminology, but
right.
to be in your corner to help you through a very, very tough time. And again, the open house where the video is going to be shown was held early in the month of December, and then of course we'll have the program on several times during the course of December. You can watch it here on Cable Channel 15 TV, or go to our website at cable15tv.com where anybody can see it there, and it'll also be on YouTube and Facebook, so on and so forth. But appreciate what you folks do, Jackson's Funeral Home. It's always a great pleasure to get to come down and visit with you guys and talk about, your products and your services and what you provide for this community. Been doing it a long time.
Been doing it a long time.
She's Karen Hunt, and from Jackson's Funeral Home, we wish you a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas from the Jackson's Funeral Home. Rebecca Payroll at Harris Hospital, and it's that time of the year that we need to dispense, give some information on the Affordable Care Act. Most of us know as Obamacare, and there's information out there that as Harris Hospital that we need to talk about. Let's just get right on it, Rebecca.
That's right. Every year this time of year, we're really used to now Medicare open enrollment coming up. So now is the time to take a look at your Medicare plan. Make sure you've got the best Plan D, Part D option plan for you that covers your medications the best, so that's your least amount of out-of-pocket cost under Medicare. And so then as of last year, this same period of time now is becoming the time for open enrollment on marketplace insurance. So, I'm sure you've probably all heard already that the new affordable health insurance options that began last year in October, the new health care coverage was made available through the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, like you said. And in 2014, most Americans are going to be required to have health insurance or have that tax penalty. We've all been kind of holding our breath and anticipating this coming. So now it is 2014. And there are an assortment of health insurance plans available on the health insurance marketplace, and that's an online website. You've probably heard all about it in the media, for uninsured individuals to be able to go on and shop for the health care coverage that best suits their needs.
Let me say this. I think it's confusing sometimes when we talk about what this is and why it's important, but I think there's lots of information out there on why this particular issue is important to all of us, especially when you start talking about Harris Hospital.
Well, health insurance is important because no one plans to get sick or hurt.
Right.
And it is very expensive to have an injury or an illness. And if you are having to pay your medical expenses totally out of your pocket, that's unexpected or unplanned for, it's very traumatizing for most individuals. And so that's why it's very important, to obtain insurance. And now that it's available, a lot of times fully subsidized, dependent on your income. Sure. It can be fully subsidized, or there are affordable options.
Right.
And you know that the average 3-day hospital stay can cost $30,000.
Oh, it's in the thousands of dollars. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Even just a broken leg can cost $7,000,
right,
$8,000, and those are expenses that most average normal people are just not prepared for to pay out of their pocket. So it is a wonderful opportunity for Jackson County residents to be able to take advantage of this opportunity.
Well, and it is an opportunity, and it's not really something that, when people fought Obamacare, when people fought the Affordable Care Act, and people still do today, I mean, they actually fight that. But you really have to have an understanding that we're trying, this thing is trying to make sure that you are insured, where you won't have those expenses, because it's tough enough to be insured and have an accident or something, some hospital stay, some operation, and then just have to pay your part in the deductibles. If you have to pay the whole amount, it can break you, and it doesn't take but one time.
Yeah, and it happens a lot, to a lot of regular working people.
Absolutely.
It's just a devastating thing.
What else?
Well, Harris Hospital is here to help, because we know all of this is very confusing, and Open enrollment for the marketplace began November 15th, and it goes through February 15th.
Okay.
So remember that date. You have from now till February 15th to
time.
go ahead and get enrolled. And it's kind of a, we're going into the holiday season. We've got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and time will just slip away. So as soon as the holidays are over, don't delay any time. Go ahead and investigate it. Look into it, see what's some of the best options for you. But there are some different ways that you can apply for that. You can go online at www.healthcare.gov. And if you don't have access to a computer, there's also an 800 number that you can call and speak with a customer service representative, and these people are trained to help you navigate through this. And that toll-free number is 1-800-318-2596. And it's really intimidating to do that. So there are navigators and certified application assistants here throughout Jackson County in lots of different areas. Our insurance agencies around here, and also Harris Hospital. We're here to help you navigate through this. We can help you with the enrollment. All you've got to do here is call, if you would like to make an appointment for one of our hospital navigators to help you, is 870-512-3362 to make an appointment for one of our representatives.
Well, so important to get it done. As you say, the enrollment period has already started and it goes into February, mid-February, and there's not ever a better time than today. I mean, why not do it right now, and then you can get it done before the big holiday rush. We're getting into it, and it's good information. There's no doubt about it. Good information.
And, open enrollment is that period of time that you can enroll. So then outside of that, you go past February 15th, you can't just change your mind and decide that you want to go ahead and get marketplace insurance unless you have a qualifying life event, they call it, which you've gotten married or divorced or had a new baby or some kind of life-changing event like that. Then there are special situations.
Quickly before we get off here, holiday season as it is, and this show will be running in December, and it's been a great year for you guys, but I know that the folks at Harris Hospital would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for sure.
That's right. Merry Christmas from Harris Hospital.
She is Rebecca Payro. She's the Director of Marketing and the Director of a lot of other things that go on here at Harris Hospital. Margaret Goodman joins us, Senior Circle, Harris Hospital, and we don't get to visit as much as I would like to, but we made it through our reunion back in October, and it was a great, great time. We had a blast, didn't we?
We did. Great fun.
30-year reunion.
Yeah.
No, not really. 40-year class reunion, class of 74, and we'll talk a little bit about it on Harris Hospital's time here, but it was a great time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was wonderful, and I totally felt my age when it was over.
Yeah.
I went into it not feeling quite that old, but when it was over, I felt that old.
Well, it was a great time. We thank all those who helped us put it together, and a big thank you to Margaret for what she did, which is we don't have a reunion without her. But we've got to talk about stuff at Harris Hospital. Tell me about an Apple iPad, whom I have one of those, but I want another one.
That's exactly right. 16 gigabyte Apple iPad. Our Tickle Pink Boutique does fundraisers.
Okay.
And this is one of the fundraisers that they're doing through December the 15th, $1 a piece, 6 for $5 are the tickets. You can come by our gift shop. You can call me, of course, 870-512-3030. Come by the switchboard. Anybody can help you get tickets for this, but we're going to give this away December the 15th. And it's another one of the ways that our Ladies in Pink raise money.
Sure.
Because to operate the gift shop, they have to depend on the sales and on the fundraisers. And all the money that they make goes back into the hospital. This year, one of the things that they're doing is they're going to buy new chairs for our ER. If you're back in our ER, those are uncomfortable chairs.
Right.
If you're not the patient, you don't get the luxury of sitting in the bed with the patient.
Right.
And those chairs are not as comfortable as we want them to be. So the ladies are going to purchase chairs for the ER. And that's just one of the things that they do with their money that they raise.
I know this, and there may be some folks out there going, I just really don't know what an iPad is. But it's basically a small little old handheld computer, and you say, well, I don't know how to operate a computer, and well, this is a lot easier to work than a big computer.
Yes, it is.
It's all with a touch, and you say, well, I don't know, I don't really want to spend my money because I wouldn't know what I want to do with that. Well, let me tell you what, there are folks in your family that would love to have one.
Amen. Great Christmas present.
Tremendous.
Great Christmas present.
You're talking about something that's several $100s.
This one was like $4.99.
Yeah, to buy $500 plus tax, $550, and you got a chance to win it for $1, and it's well worth your buck to try to get it just for a Christmas present. I mean, and somebody's going to pay $1 and get them a Christmas present. And they go, I got me an iPad for $1.
That's exactly right.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, we think so too.
Tell us about tickets again. How do we purchase them? You talk about the ladies in the Pink Boutique.
That's where you get them from, the ladies in the Tickle Pink Boutique. Any of the Pink ladies will have tickets. I have tickets. Everybody here will send you in the right direction to get them. Once again, they're $1 a piece or 6 for $5. We're going to give it away December the 15th, right before Christmas, so it'll be a great Christmas present. Now let me tell you about some of the other fundraisers that we have coming up in December.
All right.
We have Uniforms to You Too. They are a wonderful group out of, I forgot what town in Arkansas they're from, but they do uniforms and Merrill shoes, and it's not just for our employees, it's for the public also, so you can come in and buy you some new shoes or whatever. Great group of people that'll help work with you. Any of the doctor's offices that they order, like we had our Dr. Jackson's office order, they all wear the same color.
Sure.
And so they call them ahead of time and they sent them those. So you guys are interested in that, just give me a call. I'll hook you up with those people. They're wonderful. We had Dillard's in here 2 weeks ago, and I want to talk about that just a little bit because they were awesome. I want to thank everybody in Newport. I want to thank our employees. We did our little gift shop with that fundraiser. They raised about $25,000 with that little fundraiser. So that was and then we get a percentage of that, which is perfect for us. But I was surprised that they did so much business with Dillard's being 45 minutes away.
Sure.
But they love it. We had several people from the community coming here and shopped, got their Christmas presents early. So we were excited about that. They're planning on coming back again in the springtime.
Okay, good.
So just giving you guys a heads up. If you didn't get to make it in the last 2 visits they've been here, they'll be coming back. So.
Well, that's good.
That's
a good
right.
deal. It's a good deal that everybody gets great deals on some Christmas, and that get a little money to use as you need to, and I mean that's a pretty neat deal. Again, the iPad. Come get, or can we call?
Oh, sure.
Can we call and just say
me.
I need 28 tickets or 47 tickets, and call you? What's the number?
Trust me, 512-3030. Trust me, I'll fill your name out and put that ticket in there.
If you bring the money.
Well, if you bring the money.
You got to bring the money.
Got to bring the money. Won't do it for free.
No.
Can't do it for free.
Get 6 tickets for $5 or 1 for $1 and a chance to buy a $500 iPad.
That's right.
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty cool, too.
Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you. It's Merry Christmas time. It's right around the corner if you're watching early in the month, and if you're watching the latest in the month, it's already happened. So Happy New Year to you coming up.
Amen.
Margaret Goodman from Harris Hospital Senior Circle, and it's always a pleasure to come to Harris Hospital and get to visit. We're at St. Michael's Place, and it's always a pleasure to come to St. Michael's Place on Pecan Street and visit with some of the staff and talk about what's going on out here, because it's always pretty exciting to come. Young lady, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey, I'm Cindy Rush. I'm the Director of Nursing at St. Michael's Place, and I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about you, where you grew up, and how you got to where you are.
Okay, I traveled a little bit. I grew up in New Jersey, so I'm sorry for that, everybody. Traveled to Florida and Idaho and moved to Arkansas, and I love it here.
How long have you been in Arkansas?
Oh, for about 14 years now.
Good deal. Good
really
deal.
love it.
Tell me about nursing. Being a director of nursing, that means you've done some studying. Tell us about your studies. Number one in nursing. Was that in Jersey? Was that here? Where did you do your
no, I have a
studies?
Bachelor's of Education degree from the state of New York, but I got all of my nursing classes here in Arkansas through RNEC.
Good deal. Good deal. And tell us a little bit about day-to-day things that you're in charge of and what you have to do. Obviously, it's an enormous responsibility to be the director of anything and the director of nursing. Obviously, you have some enormous responsibilities. Tell us about those.
Well, they're the day-to-day responsibilities of care for not only residents who come first, but their staff and several layers of that. And we take care of that. And I have wonderful people that work with me and for me. And I really enjoy every one of them. They're very, very good folks.
Tell me about working at St. Michael's Place and how your experience has been here and what maybe you hope to do in the future here for the folks.
I've worked here since June, and I am enjoying learning all the people in the neighborhood. Getting along with and meeting doctors and hospital staff. Just a great bunch of folks here that take care of their residents very, very well.
Why nursing? Tell me why nursing. Why did you pick nursing?
I'm a people person down in there, and I just love the science of nursing. It's very fascinating to me.
And I know that you will continue to do a marvelous job out here. I've heard some high praises of you since I've been here today in the 15 minutes that I've been here. So you must be making some good pluses and doing a marvelous job. And I know that the job's important to you, and you do a great job at it. That's what everybody tells me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cindy, thank you. And we appreciate the folks at St. Michael's Place for taking time to visit with us here on Cable Channel 15 TV and on the web at www.cable15tv.com. From White River Area Agency on Aging in Batesville and throughout Northeast and North Central Arkansas, Mr. Ted Hall, always good to see you, my friend. How in the world are you?
I'm good. Hey, you know, I'm almost approaching 1 year on the job.
Is that right?
January 6th.
Wow.
And I actually could say White River Area Agency on Aging all at one time. Because before I was having a hard time.
That's a mouthful.
Right, and you know, I hardly knew where this place was located a year ago, but I know where it is now. So.
Well, there's no doubt people have told me and shared with me what an outstanding job that you are doing with this organization. And I know that the longer you're here, the more it gets in your heart. We talked, you know, prior to getting on the air here about some of the things that are dear to your heart in helping folks.
Right.
And anyway, congratulations on your first year anniversary coming up.
Yeah, we have some great people that work for us, and I have been to all of our 10 counties that we serve. And so it's been a really learning experience for me. But what we really like to talk about today, David, is that whether you have a need or you think you might have a need, they need to call us at 612-3000. And whether that be the parents or the kids or whatever, because we have found out during this time of year, even in Thanksgiving, that sometimes the family gatherings, they recognize that mom and dad may not be doing as well as they thought. And so they may see that house may need help with house cleaning, or they're not getting the proper medication at the right time, or bathing, or any of those kind of things, in-home services that we provide. We just want to make sure they understand that there's help here. But the first thing they do is to call us. And once they do that, then we can get a case manager, can visit with them about what's going on with mom and dad, and we can go from there. So, you know, this time of year where you have, you know, Thanksgiving past, but Christmas coming, so it may be daughters or sons or family members see that mom and dad may need some help, and we're here to do that. And we've been doing that for 35 years, David, as you know, and we're really proud of what we do. And, you know, we have our Eagle Mountain Assisted Living is available. That's one of the services we provide. We have 188 apartments that are out in the 10 county areas as far as people might needing housing. But the biggest thing that we want people to know is that we are available for those in-home services. And David, we've talked about this before. We are the bridge between staying at home and going to the nursing home.
Absolutely.
So we provide those services. Just give us a call. And again, we'll be glad to help you, and we'll do it with respect and with honor, and that's what we're all about, is serving the people of these 10 county areas.
Mr. Ted, and what you're explaining is the kids, maybe somebody that doesn't live here or doesn't live in the area, and they see their folks once a year or their grandparents once a year, and then they come in, they do recognize those signs, and they go, hey, we probably got a little. They talk to them on the phone or whatever, and not quite as personal as being there and getting to see some things. And you're talking about like taking the medicine. So important for those folks to. We talk to, quote, seniors, and we talk to people that are in need, and we talk to lots of different people, but sometimes we need somebody to also make the bridge between that family and you, and that could be the kids, and it's okay for them to call and say, hey, I think Mom and Dad may need some help.
Absolutely. And, and sometimes they call and they just want information, but down the road, at least then, if they talk to us now, if there is a case in which something happens, then they can call us and we can plug in. So it's a neat kind of job, Dave. Is that we may not help you today, but down the road we may help you. Like I say, down the road. So anyway, give us a call. We'll be glad to help them. So.
Boy, Mr. Ted Hall, it's always a pleasure to get to come to Batesville, Arkansas and visit with you,
yes,
my friend.
Yes, sir. I enjoy visiting with you, David.
Congratulations. One year anniversary. Did you think you'd ever make it? Of course you did.
It's been fun.
It has been fun, and I know you will continue to do good things for this organization.
Thank you.
Mr. Ted Hall at White River Area Agency on Aging. John Chadwell, NEDC, downtown Newport, Arkansas. My friend, after Thanksgiving, before Christmas, happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It's coming up, isn't it?
All together.
Yes, sir. How's John Chadwell?
Doing fine, doing well. And we are busier than we have been in a long time. Years ago, December used to be the dead month. Nothing happened. It was just kind of like, oh, well, okay, we'll wait till January to get everything started. And boy, has that changed. It is just, we're running so fast we can't catch ourselves.
Well, busy the day that we were in here and caught you right before you have a meeting, and I just want to ask you, real quickly, because I know we got to get to the meeting. Good things happening, continuing to happen for us here in Newport. Talk about some of the things where NEDC is talking about providing some grant money for some good stuff.
Well, NEDC is working on a number of fronts. Job creation is the most important thing people think about, and that is our number one priority. And so we're working with 3 of our local manufacturers on expansion. Medallion Food, which is now Shearer's Foods, has added 30, or is in the process of adding 30 jobs, and we helped them with an incentive to do that.
Great.
And then Delta Manufacturing is in the process of trying to put together an expansion that would create about 30 jobs out at their plant. And then Southwest Steel Processing, we approved at our last meeting an incentive to them. They're trying to put together a package to really expand their plant and significantly increase the number of employees. If all of these come together, which it looks like they're fairly solid, and we've already improved help for all 3. If they all 3 come together, then it looks like next year we'll add somewhere around 160, 170 jobs in manufacturing,
right?
Which will be a great addition to Newport's economy and help a whole lot. Along with all of the commercial construction that's going on, George Kell Motor just broke ground, so they'll start construction probably shortly after the first of the year. Right. So will Harris Ford, and so we're just beginning to see a lot of stuff continuing to happen. It's been a busy year for us here.
Yes,
in Newport,
it has. Yes, it has.
And it's going to continue to be a busy year. The meeting we're going to at 10 is for the downtown revitalization plans, and there's some really exciting stuff that hopefully right after the first of the year we can unveil to the public, and they can see some exciting stuff that's going to offer some new entertainment opportunities for folks in Newport throughout the spring, summer, and fall months.
Yes,
and it's just going to be a fun time to be in Newport over the next year or 2.
Well, there's no doubt it's a fun time to be in Newport at any time, but especially fun. And I just want to mention this when you talk about the 160 jobs, and this is the thing that we talk about at NEDC that we've been able to provide. Everybody wants the big factory, and we've talked about this countless times on this program. We just got one. 160 jobs. I mean, if we can, get all that put together and get it closed like you say that you think we will, 160 new jobs in Newport, Arkansas. That's like getting a factory.
It's just like getting a factory, and it's a whole lot easier to sell your community on the people who are already here.
Absolutely.
They already like you. They
Absolutely.
came in than it is to sell it to somebody where you're competing with, 20, 30, 40 other communities to try to get somebody to come in. When you can work with your existing industries and help them expand and grow, then it's a bonus. It helps them, it helps the community, and so we're proud that we can work with our existing companies and do that.
Always a plus, and it's always a pleasure to come down and visit with John Chadwell of NEDC. Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
My good friend Tommy Allen, Dillinger Funeral Home, and we are filming it the 1st of December, and Christmas program is probably already come and gone, but holiday season, Tommy, is a time when we reflect back. We reflect back on the year. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but sometimes can be a very, very difficult time for families, and that's kind of like the idea of having a program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons that we decided years ago to start doing our Tree of Remembrance services, because the holiday times are very difficult for a family when they've just lost a loved one. Things are different, when they're gathering and they're just something missing.
There is something missing.
And it's tough. And what we do is we do a Tree of Remembrance where we put the ornament on the tree and put their loved one's name on it and give it to the family. And then we do refreshments after the service and just time of fellowship. And it's just a way of giving back and letting people know that we care.
Right.
And because the folks at Dillinger Funeral Home truly do care about the families that we serve. We're a guiding light in a stormy time.
Absolutely.
And so that's one of the reasons that families turn to us.
Well, there's no doubt, and I love that analogy about a guiding light in a very, very tough time, because everybody's we're looking for some direction.
Yes.
Because a lot of us can be lost in that situation.
That's true.
A lot of us can be lost. Talk a little bit, Tommy, about the year itself and how you reflect back on the year from a manager of a business. This is a business, and tell us about the expectations of the business and where you are and what you're looking forward to something. Because I know we got a remodel project that we'll talk about also.
Yeah, we hear them hammers working.
They're working today.
Yeah, but we are. We've had a good year. Made new friends. One thing about any business, any job, any profession, is the fact that you enjoy going to work.
Amen.
And what we have at Dillinger Funeral Home is a very close-knit group of people that are like family. Everyone comes, they stay a long time. We're very close. We don't have any of the bickering or backbiting.
Right, yeah.
That's tongue tangling.
That is.
And everybody gets along really well. We work very well together. When we're busy, if it's their time off or my time off, we work.
Right,
and then
sure.
whenever we're not busy, we catch up on our time off, and it works great for us. And of course, we're just a small business, but it's good. Of course, I've been coming into this building for 33 years, and it's just good to not dread going to work.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. It makes a difference.
But we are very fortunate.
Makes a difference in performance from everybody.
Absolutely.
If you like your job and you like what you're doing and you like your boss and you want, the people that work under the boss, as you say, if you like your boss, you're going to do more for your boss. And if you're doing more for your boss, you're doing more for yourself. You're doing more for yourself. This business, any business like that is just, it's a way to grow and continue to serve.
Yes.
To serve.
We definitely serve. And that's, I've felt, for me, this has been a ministry. Of course, my dad's a retired minister, and,
sure.
and when I was a kid, he pastored different churches, and we moved school to school. And I've probably told you this before, that I've lived in the same house for 30 years, and all of my kids have caught the bus on the same corner. And
sure.
and that's for me, with being a kid, that changing schools all the time was tough.
Absolutely.
So my 4 sons is fortunate that they all went to Newport School,
right.
and all left the house on the same corner. I like where I live, and that's good.
Absolutely, it is.
But it's just the fact that you enjoy coming to work.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't dread when you get there what you're going to have to face out of your fellow employees. Or ours is just good.
Just day-to-day operations is pretty good. Just good.
Yeah. If we're not busy, we'll be out back grilling, or the guys go fishing or whatever, and that's what it's supposed to be.
I think all successful businesses have a lot of that. I think you have to have that to be a successful business. That's why you guys have been here for decades and decades, and you talk about 30-something years walking in that door. And with the constant non-change, then you have to have some change and upgrade in facilities, and that's what the hammering's going on. Tell us about the upgrade.
You know, we've upgraded 3 times in the 33 years that we've been in this building. Of course, it was brand new.
Right.
And then we're doing that again. And what we're trying to accomplish is having more public area,
right.
So that the halls are not as crowded when we're having visitation and your family is receiving guests. And so that's what we're trying to accomplish. And we're going to do some more things. We're going to remodel our family lounge and do some work out front, and we're just this year's going to be a lot of change in the face of Dillinger Funeral Home.
Well, I know the service of Dillinger Funeral Home will remain the same, if not better, in the coming years. There's no doubt about that.
We're always thinking outside the box to try to do better. If there's something that we're not doing that better serves the family, it's because we hadn't thought of it yet.
Absolutely.
But we implement new programs all the time, and every family's different, and so every service is different. We go to great lengths to personalize the service so that when the service is going on, you can say, that's Dad, or that's Mom, that's Uncle Joe.
Sure.
And we try to make the service reflect the personality of the person that we're paying tribute to.
Yeah, and it's no doubt it's heartfelt, it's warming, and again in that light that you talk about in a tough time. Glad to have somebody that can burn a light for us, you know it.
And we're glad to have people that will take care of people. Just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year's from Dillinger Funeral Home. We hope that your year is full of joy and happiness.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas.
Dillinger Funeral Home, Mr. Tommy Allen, my friend.
Hi, I'm Sarah Metzger with the University of Arkansas Cooperative Extension Service, and thank you for joining me for this holiday Cooking with Extension segment. Today we are making cornbread salad and apple cranberry salad toss. So let's get started. First of all, we are going to make our cornbread salad. This is a simple recipe that you can enjoy with your family and friends during the holiday. It's not only tasty, but it is very nutritious and delicious, and also cost effective. So what the recipe calls for is 1 box of cornbread. So I just had some leftover cornbread that I'm using today. What we want to do is we just want to crumble the cornbread into this bowl. Very simple. If you're like me, I always have leftover cornbread, and I think of ways to utilize that leftover cornbread, because who likes to throw stuff out? If you don't want to make a cornbread salad recipe, you can always put it in your freezer to use for cornbread dressing. That's another way to use that leftover cornbread. Okay, so now we have our cornbread crumbled in our bowl. Okay, next we're adding 2 chopped tomatoes. You can use any tomato that what is your preference. Today I'm just using normal garden tomatoes. Go ahead and pour those all in. We're also using 1 green bell pepper. You can use red or yellow. I like this dish to be colorful, so try to mix your colors of the vegetables, okay? Go ahead and put that in. And then we have 1 cup of green onions. You can use Vidalia, white onion, yellow onion, or a purple onion. I'm choosing to use green onion today. I just kind of like that flavor that it gives. Okay, also for the cornbread salad recipe, it calls for 5 slices of crumbled bacon. You can use bacon bits, or you don't have to use the bacon at all, but bacon always adds great flavor to any dish. So I'm using 5 cups of crumbled, or 1 cup of crumbled bacon. You can add more or add less, it's up to you, your preference. Okay, we're just going to take a spoon and get this tossed all together. See how pretty the colors are, the red and green for the holiday? This is why this is the perfect dish to make for your family and friends. Or to take to a church gathering, a family get-together, a school gathering. It's the perfect dish. Okay, all those ingredients are incorporated. For our dressing, it's a very simple dressing. we are using 1 teaspoon of just yellow prepared mustard. Go ahead and put this into our bowl. And then we are using Hellmann's light mayonnaise. You can use regular mayonnaise. You can use any kind of mayonnaise, but it's just your preference. The recipe does call for low-fat or non-fat mayonnaise. So what we're going to do is, it says just really put as much in as you think that will coat the cornbread salad. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of mayo. All right, go ahead and give that a toss. You could add salt and pepper if you'd like. All right. See how easy and quick this dish is? I know during the holidays, I like to make simple recipes with less than 10 ingredients because who has time? I'm a working mom and I have kids that have plenty of places to be during the week. And then during the holidays, it's so hectic because you're running from place to place, it seems. All right, all of that is incorporated, so just mix this around. And if you feel that you need to add more, go right ahead. Remember, you can't take away, but you can add. All right. And there is our cornbread salad. I hope you will try this recipe. You can contact me at 523-7450 for this recipe. Okay, now let's move on to our apple cranberry salad toss. Cranberries, I think Thanksgiving, I think Christmas, I just think holiday when thinking of cranberries. This is a recipe that is very simple and elegant that you can serve to your family and friends during the Christmas holiday. Okay, so all we're doing, I'm using 1 head of lettuce. You can use any lettuce that you would like, the spring mix, romaine, just make it easier on yourself. When it's cost effective, purchasing the 1 head of lettuce saves money. And I'm all about saving money, especially during the holidays. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I've just chopped this 1 head of lettuce. This is just regular iceberg lettuce. Okay. Again, we are using cranberries. This is 1 cup. So go ahead and sprinkle that all over the top. During the holidays, you really don't have to make the traditional dishes that your parents and grandparents prepared. You can start your own tradition. So one of these 2 recipes might be a new tradition that you make every holiday season. Okay, so we're adding 1/2 cup of green onions. You can use any onion that you might have on hand. All right. And then we are adding chopped walnuts. Okay, make sure they are chopped. You can use pecans or any nut that you prefer. Almonds would be good in this as well. All right, and last but not least, you know apples do turn brown, so I would cut those before serving and maybe put them in lemon juice or give them a good squeeze of lemon juice. I'm just using a red apple. You can use any type of apple that you like, a Granny Smith, a Macintosh, it's just your preference, a Gala apple, or use just whatever's on sale. Just put those nice and neat over the top. Remember, we eat with our eyes. During the holidays, we tend to gain a few extra pounds. I know that I do because I like to eat. But both of these recipes are, well, waste-friendly. And the cornbread recipe, this makes a serving of 4, and the tossed salad makes 8 servings. But remember, during the holidays, just have a good time. and have fun and fellowship with your family, but also think about preparing healthy meals for your family. Go ahead and add these last couple of slices. And then before serving, you can make your own vinaigrette or just buy your own, or just purchase some vinaigrette that your family likes or that you prefer. But if you would like more information on the 2 recipes that we have prepared for you today, I hope that you will take the time to call the Extension office again at 523-7450 to learn more about how to make cornbread salad or apple cranberry tossed salad. Happy holidays. Thank you.